Welcome back. I promised you that in this episode I would be looking at accepting our parents as they are. In this series, we are exploring the wisdom of the family soul through the lens of acceptance. Each of us enters life through two people, our mother and our father. Yet, our relationships with our parents are often filled with complex emotions: love, gratitude, disappointment, longing, and sometimes deep hurt. From a systemic perspective, one of the most healing movements we can make is learning to see our parents as part of a much larger story. Because life itself is the deepest systemic truth. It arrives exactly as it does. And our parents too arrived in life shaped by forces and experiences we may never fully know. Today, we will explore what happens when we begin to accept our parents as they are. Life itself is the deepest systemic truth. And as it arrives exactly as it does, we may not wish it the way we are now. It may not be what we wanted and expected. And we may feel, this is not fair. I should not be in this position. I deserve something better. Nowhere is this more visible than our relationship with our parents. Every person enters this life through two people, and yet many of us carry pain, disappointment, or longing connection to them. In systemic work, one of the most powerful movements is learning to accept our parents as they are. It may be also our most difficult movement. Our parents were not simply individuals making choices in isolation. They were also shaped by their own family systems, by their histories, by losses we may never know, by burdens passed through generations. When we hold on to belief that our parents should be different or should have been different, we often remain emotionally entangled with them. Resistance creates the entanglement, and yet we want to be free from the entanglement. Acceptance does not erase the pain of what may have been missing. We cannot ever go back into our childhood again and change our parents. It is simply not possible. But we may allow ourselves to see our parents as human beings rather than as the source of our suffering. Isn't it easy just to blame them for everything that we feel we feel we could have had? But if we see them as human, rather than the source of suffering, I wonder what will happen for you then. There may be a shift that happens that allows for the restoration of dignity to both generations. In one constellation, a man spoke about feeling unsupported by his mother throughout his life. He believed She had never truly seen him, and during the constellation, he was invited to look at her life. He learned that she had lost her own mother when she was very young. She had grown up without emotional support herself, and for the first time, he saw that the love she gave him was limited not by lack of care, but by the limits of what she had received. Something softened in him. He realized that continuing to demand something she could not give kept both of them trapped. Acceptance opened the possibility of peace. So I'm going to ask you, can you allow your parents to be human beings with their own histories and limitations? You might quietly repeat, "Dear mother, dear father, I take life from you exactly as it came." Allow those words to settle gently within you. When we accept our parents as they are, not to change them, as they are, we reconnect with the source of life itself. And then the family soul finds a little more peace. Thank you for spending this time reflecting on the relationship with your parents. This is often one of the most tender and transformative areas of systemic work. When we begin to see our parents as human beings, shaped by their own family systems, something within us can soften. In our next episode, we will explore another important dimension of acceptance: accepting what happened in the family. Sometimes the past includes events that were never fully spoken about or acknowledged, and yet those stories continue to live within the family soul. I look forward to exploring this with you in our very next conversation. So stay tuned. Maybe you can consider to share this to somebody that you know, or invite them into our session, and subscribe and like. That really gets the conversation going in a bigger scheme. Until next time, be safe.